Well, hi, and welcome back to another episode of Avalon Cares, supporting small local businesses in our area. Today we have Andy Erskine with us. Andy, why don't you introduce yourself and tell people what you do?
Hi, so my name's Andy Erskine. I'm with First Choice Business Brokers. We help business owners buy and sell businesses confidentially. We have been in business since 1994. We now have 3 locations here in Houston, and we are here to help people achieve their personal goals. So we've been focusing on, mainstream to mid-sized businesses. So we have a very wide array of clients. We actually bring, our marketing is actually international. So our clients in the Houston market, they may not realize that we have buyers that want to come into the US through E2 visas. And so that's actually an avenue that we help our clients sell their businesses through a whole bunch of different channels that a lot of people haven't been able to do.
Fantastic. And what are some, I know you just mentioned some of them, but are there other reasons reasons why people choose your company and you to represent them at this time, as opposed to other options they may have out there?
One of the big selling points for us right now is there really is no upfront fees with us, and a lot of companies don't have the resources to pay for business valuations and to market their business to sell it. The other reason that we are, people like to choose us more is that we have a very confidential process and we are very personable. We want to know why people want to sell and why people want to buy.
And kind of what got you into doing this? What's your passion for what you're doing?
I have been for the last actually 8 years and 8 months this month, I have been an international business consultant. And I finally was burnt out with flying on an airplane, for 115 days a year. And I really wanted to give back to my community. I love working in Houston. I love the people in Houston. We're such a diverse group. And that was one of the main reasons we became business brokers in Houston.
One of the things I always hear with people trying to buy and sell a business is a lot of times they're so wrapped up in the business, they are the business, which makes them kind of hard to sell, right? Mm-hmm. Or get the valuation that they want. Yeah. With that consulting background, I would imagine that's just another value add to say, hey, look here, let's figure out what you're really trying to do. I'm trying to sell so I can get out of this and go spend some time with my family or whatever. Okay, well, here's what we need to do to structure that in order to make it work, not just throw a price tag on it and try to sell it.
Right. And so we have clients that are heavily involved in the business and the business can't actually run without them. So, we can always sell a business like that. The problem is the value is much less because the owner is so involved and so critical to the daily operation. To be really successful and to get all the money that a seller would want out of their business, it's a little bit longer term strategy to help structure what needs to be done to remove that business owner from the daily operation. And it's usually a lot more effective to go that route as long as people aren't, it's not a critical, I need to sell now. If they can really focus on putting somebody into the business that's going to operate that, such as an operations manager that could go with it wherever the business goes, and let the owner focus on things. It's about working on the business and not working in the business.
How far in advance do you recommend people come talk to you?
What we find is business owners, when they think they want to sell now. And they think it's a 3 to 4 week process. In reality, with doing the business valuation, with working with the client, understanding their business model, where they want to be, it typically takes 90 to 180 days to sell a business. And so if somebody is thinking about selling a business, a year from now, we should really start the conversation in the beginning.
Right. Well, I imagine it's more difficult to sell a business than say sell a house, because a house you can market everywhere. There's no penalty for somebody knowing your house is on the market.
Right.
But if somebody's trying to sell their business and their clients or their employees start realizing that it's up for sale, they may have some unwanted exodus. Mm-hmm. So I would think it would be more time consuming, or the timeline would be further out than what people would think of selling a house. Or
and that's a really interesting point. With business brokerage, there is no MLS system like you have with selling homes. There is no nationwide database knowing what businesses have sold or who's buying or selling. And what we do is it's a very confidential process because we don't want the employees to find out. Because a lot of times employees will look at it negatively and sometimes they'll leave before the sale. And that's one of the big reasons companies work with us is that we make sure that the employees do not know that they're trying to sell until the time is right. And then we actually, if those team members are integral to the operation of the business, we'll actually help the buyer and seller and those team members create working contracts so that they will agree to continue on with the new buyer. That's really important because we have to have that transparency once we get to a certain point in the buying process.
What else would you like the viewers or the listeners to know about you and your business?
We are here in Houston. We are ready to talk to anybody. Our typical business model is talking to business owners in their office or in our office. But in these times, we have to think differently. We have to use Zoom to facilitate a lot of these projects. But the good thing about our business model is we were already structured to do this. All of our systems and processes are online. So all of our documentation is done digitally. So whatever's going on right now and whatever's going to happen in the next few months, our business model hasn't changed. And we're here to make sure that our clients are happy and successful.
Well, normally at this point, I'll ask, how do we get in touch with you, Andy? But with your background so professionally done, everybody's been able to see that from the whole video. So fantastic. Do you prefer phone or email, or does it matter?
Whatever people feel comfortable with. I want to make sure that our clients are comfortable. Some people like to call on the phone. Some people like to use the email address. And some people like to text. If you want to use text messaging, give me a call or send me an email and tell me that you would rather use text messaging, and I will shoot you a text message as well. We have all forms of communication and also Zoom calls. So anything and everything we're capable of.
Sounds great. Well, I have another question for you. I know that you said why people choose you over the other people that are out there that may help people buy and sell businesses. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you another question from the other end. Same with Avalon Suites. Why did you choose Avalon Suites? Because there were a lot of other options you had.
I chose Avalon Suites mainly because of you. Todd, you were a great resource to myself and our organization when we were created. You introduced me to so many valuable people. You had all of the resources. Just your attitude towards small business was so refreshing. And a side note, my home is only less than a mile away from the office, and that was a big bonus for me.
Sounds great. I appreciate all the kind words, Andy. Listen, if anybody out there knows somebody or them themselves is looking or thinking about potentially selling their business, reach out and talk to Andy and find out how to best position your business, even if you're not ready right now, so that when you are ready, you can maximize what you can get for it.
Yeah, and we offer free market price analysis, business valuations. Give us a call, even if you don't want to sell and you want to understand what your business is worth for the future. Just give us a call. We'll be more than willing to help you.
Fantastic. Listen, thanks, Andy. Appreciate the time. Everybody out there, give Andy a call. Have a great day. All right.